Hello, welcome back to Pillars of Eternity, where we've got lots of leveling up to do and potentially some exciting shopping because the last time we unlocked the ability to buy things from here because we were so nice and got this guy's family breastplate back. Osric's family breastplate. This character, the one that I actually created, the ranger, has pretty decent survival and fairly decent lore. We haven't been able to use that very much yet, so I don't really want to put anything into that because I'm not sure how useful it's going to be. Could be a mistake, but I also think that some of our other characters have higher lore already, so that should be fine. It would take 4 more points to put extra into survival. On the other hand, athletics is not great, and I have discovered that endurance is more important than perhaps I thought it was, so I think I'm going to put a point into that. Stealth is clearly more important in this game than I originally gave it credit for, but again, there are other characters that have that already. So I think we're going to try to keep this one as just a really high survival, and yeah, we're going for it. Okay, now for this one, we're going to go for Stalker's Link because this gives us an accuracy bonus when fighting an enemy already engaged by the animal companion, and I think I can use that tactically, so we're going to try that one. For Aloth here, who always kind of surprises me when I see him in the bigger view because that's not what he looks like in his little, what do you call that thing? This little logo thing. Now, he already has high lore, naturally, because he's a wizard. And everything else is just kind of so-so, including survival, which is the higher one out of everything. He could probably do with being a little bit more athletic. His endurance is very often down, so I'm going to get him 1 point in that. I think he should also be able to use higher level scrolls because that can only be useful. And that leaves us with 3 remaining unused points, which I don't necessarily want to put into mechanics because I'm not going to use him for that. But I think I might just put it into athletics so that he's got that bit of extra endurance. Now, honestly, Crackling Bolt just sounds A, extremely cool, and B, like it's going to be useful for when we have those moments where there are lots of enemies. I don't think I have enough kind of skills that deal with that well, so I would like to go with Crackling Bolt. And for the same reason, we're going to go with Minoletta's Bounding Missiles. Okay, Durance, who has literally the worst endurance of everyone. It's fair because he's a healer, so he's not supposed to have fantastic endurance, but still. His mechanics is the highest of everyone that I've got right now, and we definitely need it to be higher because I need to be able to pick locks and things like that, to be able to find all the secrets I want to be able to find. Because he's a priest, he's already got slightly higher lore. With the tactic I'm going for at the moment, thanks to somebody who pointed it out to me a while ago, I'm just going to keep him at the back, so he shouldn't need really high endurance, and therefore I'm going to up his lore a little. And for Kana, we've got 6 points potentially. Lore is obviously an important one as well because Kana's a chanter. Survival potentially could do with being a tiny bit higher. I think I'm going to put that up a bit. Although if I do that, I can't up lore because lore needs another 4 points. No, I think we're going for it. We're going to go for that. I'll up lore next time. Okay, we're going to use this one for Kana because I've got 2... well, actually, I've got 3 ranged attack, really, if you count the magic one. So Kana can support us with that. And hopefully die less because of survival. Okay, Adea. Adea is essentially my tank. So he's got good athletics and we need him to have that. So he's got 8 additional points and we're going to up that one as well. He could potentially also have survival. And yeah, I think we're going to go for that. He does not need to be stealthy. He's a tank. Again, I think this one for Adea, because that's going to help to support the other range characters. So last but not least, we get Sagani, who's got really high survival. And she's the one that's the stealthiest out of everyone. Again, I want to up that because that might come in really useful later on. I'm also going to give her, because we've only got 3 points left then, and she's already got high survival anyway, I'm going to give her slightly higher athletics and save that for the next one. We're going to give her Predator's Sense. She has the wolf, right? And both Sagani and my main character have a damage over time effect that I usually use as the first move, so that could be really useful. Okay, and now everyone's all leveled up with fancy new skills.
I'd be
Perfect.
glad.
We have our 3 main ones here. The Hermit of Hadrat House, which is our main leading key thing. We need to go out of here for that. In terms of our, side quests, I guess, they're not really side quests, but yeah, the other quests that we've got that relate to this place and might help people to like me more in this place, most of them are in other places. So this one, I need to travel to the cave from Fearga's vision, and I don't know where that is. Receive Helig's research from Modred's laboratory is one that I could possibly do. Travel to the cliffs I saw in the vision, again, needs some exploration. Explore the endless paths. Also, this is the one that we need to improve people's opinion of us for. Find the ruins beneath Kednua, also not here. And that one is just continue to get to know Durance, which is just spending more time with him, I guess. So that means that it has to be Modred's laboratory. So we need to go back to the sanitarium, which I think was in Brackenbury, right? I think it was in Brackenbury. Was it in Brackenbury, the sanitarium? Or was it in Fastfires? I guess we're about to find it. Yeah, I was right. It was in Brackenbury. Now the first time we tried to do it was ridiculously difficult, and I could not sneak past Modred to get the key. So hopefully, now that we've leveled sneaking up a little bit, it's not going to be as hard. Otherwise, we're going to have to start thinking about what time of day we need to be here in order to sneak past. And I need to remember where Modred's laboratory was as well, which I think was down here. And just to the right. Last time I was down here, things went horribly wrong, and I ended up fighting a load of kind of possessed enemies, which you can hear right now. Yeah, so there's Modred. Okay, you know what? I'm going to come to the conclusion that I literally cannot steal this thing back from Modred. I just, even being totally behind him, totally out of sight, he shouldn't be able to see anyone. It still seems like he can, and I think I've probably just already made the decision by giving him back the key. That means I just can't take that line anymore. Also, I'm not really that disappointed if I can't check the grimoire in the trunk, because it's not like either of the people in this situation were good. Like, Helig and Mordred seem like they're both probably pretty evil. Mordred did kill Helig, but it seems like he killed Helig because he was trying to do some weird necromancy power stuff anyway. So we're going to make our way back to Helig and see if that triggers any new dialogue now that I've given the key to Modred, instead of stealing the grimoire straight away. Unfortunately, that does mean that we need to find him again in the Copper Lane catacombs, because he was down there being kind of slightly creepy and undead. The only downside is I'm not sure with this option, having given the key back to Modred instead of getting the grimoire, I'm not sure if we'll ever find out what happened with Rowena, who is the ghostly woman that was appearing to Helig. Which is really the only reason I wanted to get it.
Did you and he get along?
We got along how brothers do. He used to throw water on me to wake me up in the morning. I used to fill his boots with stinging ants.
My own brothers and sisters are doing very well for themselves, back in Takoa. I don't know that they'd search for me if I were killed so far from home.
Brothers can be funny. I bet you'd be surprised how far they'd go.
Yeah. I like Adea's view on that. It's a bit sad for Kana. So I'm not sure whether we're going to find very many enemies down here or not, since we've already been here. But is that where... I think that's where he was. I think so. Pretty sure. I could be wrong, but it's somebody's room. Somebody lives there. And I don't think I'm going to run into anything dangerous. There were traps down here, but I think I've either deactivated or already set them all off, so... Yep, I was right. He's here. Did you find my grimoire? Mojo told me about your experiments. I can't let your research continue. I mean, that's fair. I spoke to Mojo. He doesn't have your grimoire. And that's also true. Both of these are true. But let's tell him just the simple truth. He doesn't have the grimoire. He lets out a bubbling hiss of frustration. There's not much fun in a joke if you have to explain it, is there? He tugs a few hairs out of his beard. If you can't fulfill my need for vengeance, then you'll have to serve another purpose. A dried and shriveled tongue darts over his cracked lips. I'm afraid a fierce hunger was awakened along with me. Wow, okay, so all of that, and he's just gonna kill me now? I'm glad I didn't get his grimoire back. Maybe that would have just made him more powerful. Well, this gives us an opportunity to try out the new bow. You're definitely getting shot straight away. I'm going to move back a little bit, actually, since I'm ranged. And then let's get him to do a knock back. Actually, do I want to knock him back or do I want to get rid of some of these? I think I want to get rid of some of those, actually, because that could be potentially bad. Hopefully he'll use some of his new area of effect things. And you can help him to get rid of that one. I'm going to set my antelope on Helig. Durance needs to stay back here. Kala probably doesn't need to stay quite as far back as that. Go and attack there, and then she can start attacking this one. How's that one going? Nearly dead, okay. Quickly kill that, please. Oh. That was easier than I thought. I'm not sure why Aloth is being quite so, tankish. He just ran straight in there with the antelope. He has a fine scepter, a grimoire. Let's actually just get Aloth to pick this up because that's going to be stuff for him anyway. Helig's grimoire, is this just a new one or did he already have it? And a soulwood amulet. Well, +5. Definitely taking that. A soul prowls within the bloodstone like a caged stag. Oh! That was from picking up the necklace? It had bloodstone in it? It's filled with fierce, restless energy. Who are you? You see an image in your mind of a woman in heavy leather armor bearing twin daggers. Next to her is a man, young and handsome, who calls her Rena. She's in the locket. Oh! The vision shifts to a windswept plain next to a lake. 50 men and women in matching leathers lay dead, their bodies contorted and deformed by some sinister sorcery. Rowena falls among them, her body collapsing next to the young man you saw earlier. She's too weak to speak, but the name Dalton appears in your mind. A lone figure strides across the battlefield, barely bothering to step over the corpses. His eyes are filled with an unnatural light and fixed on Rowena. He reaches out to her, and what little life remained in her body departs. When he takes the amulet from around her neck, you feel her anguished soul trapped within it. With a final contemptuous glance at the fallen Dalton, the man departs. Oh, wow, okay. Helig was really evil, wasn't he? Dalton sent me to find you. The soul pulses with warmth. It fills your mind with memories of a young man who's both bold and generous. But fury and despair gnaw those images away until all you can feel are cold crimson walls pressing against you and something loathsome feeding off of you as the years fade into decades. What do you want? You see an image of the amulet shattering and the soul inside rising and dissipating among the stars. Aw, okay, be free. I'm going to have to give it to Dalton first, obviously. That wasn't really the ending I was expecting, but at least I got to find out what did happen to Rowena. A vessel bone. No, I don't think I want that, thank you.
Hello.
His tired eyes brightened. Did you find her? Oh. Oh, wow, I can say Helig bound her soul into this amulet, and since I found it, I'm keeping it? That would be terrible. Show him the amulet, yes, but not as you expected. The old man studies the amulet. Rena used to wear this. Where did you get it? Give him the amulet. From your old adversary Helig, he trapped her soul inside it, or from Helig, who's kept her soul trapped in it for decades. It's time to set her free. Can I not just give it to him and let him set her free? Is he not going to do that? If I give it to him, is he just going to keep it with her trapped inside? She obviously loved Dalton, so would she want him to have the amulet? She did suggest that she wanted it to be broken, though. Let's set her free. Dalton's eyes widen in horror. No, please. After searching for her for so long. He gazes at the amulet. Just to have her close to me, to visit her in my dreams, that would be enough. Okay, we can use intellect here to say, enough for you, but what about her? If you kept her trapped in this amulet for the sake of your own comfort, you're no better than the wizard who imprisoned her. That's a good point. Dalton's expression withers. You're right. Please, let me do it. Okay, that was the ideal solution. He draws a club with a trembling hand and crushes the amulet. As the gem cracks, you feel the essence rush from it. The old man looks at the shattered gemstone. Thank you for showing me reason. Perhaps she'll wait for me in the next life. He looks at his hands, shaking. By the flame, she won't have to wait long. Aww. Please take this. He hands you the club. It's from my old adventuring days. I think it's finally time I let them go. That was sad. Poor Dalton. What did he give me? Oh, that looks cool. One-handed, fast. I wonder if that would be good for Adea. I'm going to put it into stash. Let's go to the Goose and Fox. Last time we were here, we bought a dog. Don't buy anything. Just now, in the calm atmosphere of the Goose and Fox Inn, let's decide where we're going next. I'm fairly sure that if we go back to try to get the get into the record office, it's probably still going to be a no. We could quickly go there and try it, but I've only done a couple of quests since we went there, and I'm not sure that that's going to be enough. We might need to do these ones, like traveling to the cliffs. I think we'll spend one more night in Defiance Bay. We'll go check at the records office just in case they'll let me in. And if not, we're going to go out on an adventure. We may as well make our way to find this leading key plot as our next thing, because I think some of the things here we might find along the way. But I'm also going to, while we're here, check on the Stronghold. Nothing new to report. Taxes collected. I lost quite a bit to bandits. We need to improve our defenses on that. These have been completed. We can upgrade the main keep. That will repair the Great Hall and mean that adventurers and visitors. Oh, that's okay. That's in progress. I'll be finished in 19 hours. And other than that, we've got the hearth, the lab, and the courtyard pool. I want to get the hearth. It would use nearly all of our money, but okay, there's nothing I can do without the main keep being finished. So I'm just going to get the Bright Hollow Hearth as soon as that main keep is finished. Main keep's going to take a while. It's understandable because it makes such a big difference. Actually, it's the middle of the night, isn't it? We should sleep until morning. Can I get a room? Last time we got Fletcher's stay, and that was pretty good, actually. I think that's still... Should we just stay up all night? Let's just stay up all night and go to the record room. Who doesn't love a middle-of-the-night library trip? Oh. Okay. I forgot that we've got assassins after us.
Arthur. Take a good shot.
Perfect. Hi. You could have, like, turned up a minute ago when I was being attacked by assassins. This is just going to be... Yep, concise but detailed description of you, including your name, distinguishing features, and everyone you're known to have associated with. This is that stupid Baron guy who wanted Kednura, isn't it? Let's quickly back in here just to sell the assassin's goods. We should probably actually rest
Hail,
now,
traveler.
since now we've actually been injured. But the assassin's stuff has more than paid for where we want to go, so I think I'm going to go for this one again. That gives us +5 ranged accuracy, which is pretty nice for all of my ranged characters.